Hello, guys. How are you doing? Happy New Year 2026. We haven't been having a lot of live streams of late. We are quite short of subscribers. I hope you're having a blast. As you can see, I got my safety kit on. I got a safety helmet right here. This one is a um, safe builders, safety helmet. It's gonna keep my safeties on check so that I have a lot of safeness while I'm doing this live stream. I hope you don't have like anything that you're lacking or anything that is preventing you from moving forward because God has got everything planned for you this year. So this year, just be happy and just enjoy everything. Enjoy even the weather. Enjoy even the outside, the climate outside, especially if you are in Kenya, because I don't think there's any protests that are going to happen, or if there's anything big that is going to happen that is going to affect our year. After all, we are looking forward to developing and having ourselves a good time when we change from middle income or lower middle income to middle income, or when our GDP increases. And for our GDP to increase, we got to do a lot of production and we got to do a lot of work, which requires a lot of these safety helmets. So if you don't have safety kits, you're on the wrong side of things. Um, I was hoping this was gonna be a brief live stream. I was hoping it's gonna be a brief live stream that doesn't have a lot of problems and doesn't have a lot of communication that's happening. It's just for friendly purposes and for admin and for social media administrating purposes. In this case, to ensure that my social media stays okay, my YouTube stays okay. So I'm gonna start by going through some of the problems that I was facing and that you could be facing. So let me change to the back camera. How do I change the back camera here? Oh, I don't have anywhere I can change to the back camera. That means I've only got the front and the front camera only. Not unless, but they had said I could change inside the screen. Where is it that I could change back to the back camera? That doesn't seem to be a place for that. So I'm going to show you some of the problems that I was facing, and that could be the reason why you're going through problems. So problem number one is this. A lot of this. So here we've got about one, two, three, 4 discs, 6 discs, 7 discs. This is of course an original disc. 8, 9, 10. That's an original. 11, 12, 13, 14. This one is a self-made custom disc. 15, 16, because I think it's got the other side too. 17, 18, 19. This is an original. 20. This is an original one. 21, 23, 25, This one is an original, but this one is not. 26, 28, 30, 31, 33, 35, 39. This is an original. That's 40, 42, 43 discs. All these discs have a problem. They're not original discs. So it means they've been pirated somewhere and been sold cheaply in Kenya. That's 43 discs. I've got 43 discs. All of them have been sold for that sole purpose. They were sold because they were cheap and they were affordable. So it means they were a fake disc that's been sold and it's been sold out as a real one. That's quite a big problem, especially if you consider that most of the guys don't usually earn more than a few dollars, like more than a few dollars a day. Entertainment is quite a hard job to get. So it actually means only those ones who know how to get a good entertainment actually get the job done. So I'm gonna show you another part of these discs that I have. So 43 discs, that's about 43 films, or about 43 TV shows. So based on most of our TV shows, that's about 43 times 24. So that's about $1,000. So that's specifically $1,032. So now I want to get inside here and pull out my personal discs. These are the discs that I have. So of course I have an original Smallville, that one there, and I have an original Yellowstone, that one there. So this is other ones I watch. So I'm a personal favorite. But then I have also these ones because I had also gotten hooked up in that crime. I have Bosch, Crisis. Crisis is a game. It's a PC game. I have a custom one. I have another one which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because this one is a custom one. 8, 9, which is a custom one. Another custom one. And then I have a 9, 10, 11, 12. This one is a custom one. 13, 14, 15, 16. This one's a custom one. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This one is a custom one. And we end it at 22. So that makes a total of 65 discs that are not genuine. So that's 65 discs that are not genuine, and they're all being distributed, and they're distributed because of entertainment, which I said is quite hard to get, especially if you're earning just a few dollars a day. So that means you won't find anyone who's objecting to them being sold because entertainment is quite important. And it's been quite a problem because if you have 65 discs, so that's about, if each TV show, because they're mostly TV shows, but a few films. So let's assume about 60 films and 5 TV shows. 60 TV shows is about $40, and 5 films is about $40. So that's $1,480, which is almost $1,500. That is the amount of money that you'd have in a basic household in a lower middle income country. I paid for most of this through um, Safaricom's M-Pesa virtual card and through Showmax and other streaming services, including the best, of course, streaming services, Prime Video. So that means I've paid about um 2,000. Is it $2,000? Because I started paying in 2023 January, so it's been 2023, 2024, 2025, and I'm paying an average of about in 2023 to 2024, in 2023 to June 2024, I was paying about $8 a month. So in 1.5 years, that's about $144. And then in between from June all the way to today, January 2026, I've paid about um, I've paid about $24 every month. So that's 24 times the whole of 2025, so times 18. So that's about 432 plus 144. That's about $576. That's the amount that I've paid. And even though I was paying about $8, there was of course some of these like Smallville and Yellowstone, which I've also watched, and they all costed me about $200. So that's $776. So that actually means that from about $1,500, I've paid about $776, and I'm still waiting to pay a bit more. And it could even be more, given that when I was paying initially, I was paying with Showmax highest subscription, which was 2,000, and I was also paying for a TV show service called Series Guide, which I would pay about $400, 400 shillings a year, which is about $3 a year. So that means um, that's an extra $9. So that's about $785. So you can see if you count all those discs and you count their value and then you count how much you paid, you see it's a lot of money. And given that you have to earn all that money to actually pay, it's quite important to start tackling such a problem early on. So when I was paying Showmax, I used to pay Showmax and Showmax only, and then I started paying Showmax and Netflix, and then I finally started paying Showmax and Prime Video. I don't have any receipts and I don't have any screen recording that I could do. So wait, I think I could share screen here. Um, I could share you my screen so that I show you all those transactions that I'm talking about. Is it going to allow me to share my screen? I hope it allows me to share my screen. All right, it's not allowed me to share my screen, unfortunately. I think I'll share it on another day. So that, and as you all know, I've been producing a lot of coffee, which is also supposed to be sold, and there's also fake and genuine coffee. So for the fake coffee, it's not quite hygienic and it's not quite healthy and it's not quite delicious. Um, the last time I tasted my coffee was quite healthy and quite nutritious. So here I do have a whole bean, what we call in coffee. We stored it in our house. We stored it for about we stored it now for about 1 to 2 weeks now, and we're expecting to roast it and then hull it and then bin it, and then we're going to start distributing all the packets. So all of these are all beans, and they're all full of coffee. The beans of coffee, in this case, coffee storage beans. That's about seven. I've still got some here inside our kitchen's drawer in cling film, and I've got some here inside our kitchen's drawer, including samples. All of that is the work I've been doing, and for me to do all this work um, has been quite a privilege, and it's been quite a good job because I really like coffee production and how it's processed. I like how we process all that coffee and we process it inside our kitchen and we then distribute it and we distribute it and it's hygienic and healthy and it's handled in a correct way. So it means it doesn't have any poisonous things that would damage our reputation. So that means that every single time I make a cup of coffee, I make it um, quite hygienic. And if it's not hygienic, I usually discard all the coffee that's not hygienic. And ours is quite so potent and so strong that you'd get actually good value for your money. So I'm going to actually keep insisting that it's not just cutting out such things as fake movies and fake films. You also have to an income. You get yourself an income, positive hobby that you're doing that can earn you money. And when you take in that positive hobby that can earn you money, you will then have a good recipe that will shape your future and that will help you improve your life and help you have a better future. And as you do so, you will have fun, of course, and there will be challenges, but you can always tackle them. And of course, God has our back, and God is going to um, care for us. So, in this case, the church and its ministers are also going to be there as you're doing that job. So, you can always ask any one of them if you ever go wrong. And I'm sure, and I'm quite sure, that such a recipe will not fail to work. Other shortfalls that you could be doing could include masturbation, buying a lot of porn, could include, well, that's of course if you're in a low or middle income country. It could include um, having toxic friends, it could include having toxic relationships, it could include um, not studying well enough and not graduating from your courses, and it could include keeping a lot of debt. Unfortunately, you can count me there because I happen to have a huge debt, which includes, of course, the one that I mentioned for films, and there's another one for education. And it also does include not going to church and not communing with people who have the same um, principles as you do, including live streaming. And for that, if you come across this, remember that it doesn't take long to get to the life of your dreams, and the best time to get started is right now. See you later.